Conduct in the City Council chambers. Rules of decorum for the public. Members of the audience shall not engage in disorderly or boisterous conduct, including the utterance of loud, threatening, or abusive language, clapping, whistling, stamping of feet, or other acts which disturb, disrupt, impede, or otherwise render the orderly conduct of the city meeting infeasible. A member of the audience engaging in any such conduct shall, at the discretion of the presiding officer or a majority of the city council, be subject to ejection from the meeting per Government Code Section 54954.3C. Removal from the council chambers. Any person who commits the following acts in respect to a meeting of the city shall be removed from the council chambers per Government Code Section 54954.3C. A, disorderly, contemptuous, or insolent behavior towards the city council or any member thereof, tending to interrupt the due and orderly course of said meeting. A breach of peace, boisterous conduct, or violent disturbance tending to interrupt the due and orderly course of said meeting. Disobedience of any lawful order from the mayor, which shall include an order to be seated or to refrain from addressing the city council, and any other unlawful interference with the due and orderly course of said meeting.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Taft City Council Successor Agency Joint Regularly Scheduled Meeting for Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2026. City of Taft Council meetings are being held in person with full capacity seating and are live streamed at www.youtube.com/user/City of Taft. Public comment can be made in person and also can be received per the following. Written comments may be dropped off in the drop box in front of City Hall. Comments may be emailed to the city clerk at cityclerk@cityoftaft.org. They may also be made by phone to the city clerk's office at 661-763-1222. Public comments will be accepted up until 5 p.m. the day of the meeting, and all comments received shall be read into the record. We're going to begin this evening's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by myself, followed by an invocation from Sean Pfeiffer. So you stand and join us, please. Hand over your heart, salute, and pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we ask tonight that you would give us unity on the things that are most important and the discernment to know what is most important. Lord, give our city and our people economic opportunity. We don't ask you drop it in our laps, but give us something to work for so that we could have the resources we need. We pray for the younger generation, Lord, that we would pass the torch of leadership onto them, help them to know what is right and what is wise and what is true, and that they would be engaged in the government that they too will be inheriting. And finally, we pray for those that go toward danger to keep the rest of us safe, for our military, our law enforcement, and our firefighters. Lord, help them to protect us from danger, help them to be courageous, and to stop those who wish to bring harm. We ask all these things in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Mayor Knorr,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Bryant,
Here.
Councilmember Cryer,
Here.
Councilmember Waldrop,
Here.
Councilmember Shavira.
Here. All right, first item on this evening's agenda is a public hearing for the 2025 Annual Progress Report, APR, for the City of Taft's 6th Cycle Housing Element and General Plan.
Good evening. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Jenna Chillingarian, contract planner for the City of Taft, and I'm here to present this item and answer any questions you may have. So just briefly, this is about the 2025 Annual Progress Report for the City of Taft, 6th Cycle Housing Element and General Plan. This is an annual requirement by the state of California to prepare a report on the status of implementing both the housing element and the general plan. And after consideration by City Council, this will go off to be submitted to OPR and it's changed its name to Office of Land Use and Climate Innovation, as well as the Housing and Community Development Department of the state. And these are due by April 1st. So once we have your consideration, staff will then submit this off to the state.
All right, thank you very much. The recommendation here is number one, open a public hearing to receive comments on the Housing Element Annual Progress Report and General Plan Annual Progress Report. At this time, I would open said meeting, or a public hearing, I beg your pardon. Anybody wishing to speak in support of or opposition to this item, please step forward. Seeing none, I'll close said hearing. And at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve a resolution entitled the 2025 Annual Progress Report, APR, for the City of Taft's 6th Cycle Housing Element and General Plan, and authorizing its submittal to the California Department of Housing and Community Development and the Governor's Office of Land Use and Climate Change, and find that the project is exempt from the requirements of the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in Section 15061B3 of the CEQA guidelines.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mayor Pro Tem Bryant, you had the motion. Any discussion, sir?
None from me. My only question is, since we do happen to have a planning commissioner here, would you mind if I ask a question, Jerry? Just from your perspective as a planning commissioner and somebody familiar with land use, is there anything in the report that stood out to you positively or negatively? Or is it just routine?
The report is a negative as far as I'm concerned.
Having to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. It's a compliance issue completely. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes.
Perfect. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Councilman Cryer, I believe you had the second on this?
Yes, Mayor. There's a lot of work went into this thing here. I mean, a lot of work. It's not that simple, going through all the regulations, making sure you cross every T and dot every I, and trying to be in compliance. So I have to give a kudos to the people who did this report. I read through it, and there's a lot of work. And they did a great job. That's all I have to say, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. Councilman Chiveri, any comments, sir?
I as well want to thank you guys again. We understand that it does take a lot of work and time, and we appreciate you guys for investing.
Thanks, sir. Councilman Waldrop.
No further comment.
All right. Madam Clerk, I have a motion and a second. May we have roll call, please?
Councilmember Cryer,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldrop,
Yes.
Councilmember Shavira,
Yes.
Mayor Noor.
Yes, and that passes on a 5-0 vote. Thank you for the work and the compliance, dotting the i's and crossing the t's. Next item on the agenda, citizens request public comments. This is the time and place for the general public to address the city council on matters within its jurisdiction. State law prohibits the council from addressing any issue not previously included on the agenda. Council may receive comment and set the matter for a subsequent meeting. Please limit your comments to 5 minutes. Nicole Villanez?
Villaruz, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, my handwriting.
All right, with PG&E.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for coming before the council.
Thank you for having me. Good evening. I will not take 5 minutes, I promise. My name is Nicole Villaruz. I'm your local government affairs representative for PG&E. You may recognize my name from the emails that I send you before a storm. I usually tend to let you know that we are getting prepared for storm watch. I've also had the pleasure of speaking with a few of you with informal conversations around the community since I've taken this role, and I look forward to meeting with each of you in the future. If you want to have a sit down, I'm more than happy to do that. As you know, your partnership and feedback are critical in our efforts to improve safety and reliability in our hometowns, and our ongoing coordination helps us do that. And I have the pleasure of meeting with your city manager, Craig Jones, with Anita Cottle, annually, sometimes twice a year to give updates. So thank you, Craig, for your partnership as well. As you know, PG&E has been doing our best to deliver on our promise to lower prices for our customers. We have reduced our rates 5 times since January 2024. So our residential rates are 11% lower today than they were 2 years ago, and we are continuing to find new ways to create savings for our customers. You may have seen in the news recently that on March 1st, we reduced our rates again, and this month our customers will also see a restructured electric bill. This new restructuring aligns with the state's other large regulated utilities and other utilities nationwide. I am more than happy to sit down with you individually to go over any questions you may have regarding rates and affordability or anything else PG&E related. So this is my official invitation to the council to take me up on that offer. I'm more than happy to take a drive up here. And I am also leaving some information with your city clerk. Also want to thank your city clerk for always providing agendas timely to those of us that subscribe to the list. I always know what's going on because she does a really good job of providing our agendas timely. And finally, PG&E was able to make some charitable contributions last year to Taft College Foundation, Westside Recreation Parks District, and Taft Kiwanis Club Foundation through our Better Together Giving program. And I want to thank those organizations for allowing us to be a small part of the amazing things that they do here in the community. I was able to attend the State of the City event last year, and I really enjoyed it, listening to all the presenters. And I just want to thank the community of Taft for always being so warm and welcoming when I'm here. So thank you. And I'm just going to leave these little fact sheets and a few business cards in case you don't have my latest storm email, I think from a month ago, in your inbox. So that's all. Thank you.
Mayor,
All right.
Mayor, we have some questions, ask her some questions?
Well, I would guess that she's more than happy to. It is public comments, but
Well, she's from PG&E representing them, and that's a public entity, and I think it might be possible, is it, Attorney, am I wrong?
okay. Well, I'll tell you what. She's here and she's a government rep, so
Yeah, if I can't answer them, I can always get the answer and we can
let's ask
later.
our city attorney. City
Yeah.
attorney, are we crossing the line here, sir?
You let me know.
She's commenting under public comments.
Right.
So I would expect any discussion would be very, very brief, just a couple of clarifying questions.
Or if we were to place an item on the agenda to have her come back before the council and do a brief presentation and a question and answer, then we wouldn't be crossing that line.
Correct.
Well then,
Okay, I was just looking for the line, but.
How about this? I'll
Very
make the
fine.
motion that maybe we put an item on the agenda when you can make it back down, and we'll put maybe a Q&A session. Would that work?
Sure. I can put together a slide deck and do a presentation of any specific questions that you
it
might have.
needn't be overly lengthy, but it gives
No.
us an opportunity as a government body to actually have a question and answer opportunity inside, within the cameras, and it goes into everybody else's house. So we'll be helping them.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
I'm more than happy to bring anybody that might have better knowledge on some things that you might want to know with me to help me answer questions as well.
Okay.
And I'd second that.
All right. We have a motion and a second.
We'll let her coordinate with Faith and figure out when schedules work out, and then we can agendize it and move forward.
Absolutely.
Can I suggest that since we're not actually agendized for that, I don't think that the council actually
I
needs
messed
to
up.
vote on it.
Okay, yeah, we
Instead,
just
it can
needed
be direction to
concurrence.
staff.
Perfect.
Okay, so, all right, very good. Well, we
Sounds
have a
good.
concurrence,
Thanks,
so you
Jason.
have direction. All right, very good. Well, thanks again, and we'll look forward to having more time to spend with you and talk, both
Appreciate it.
directions.
Bring some help
Appreciate your
with you.
time. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bring some other people.
Okay, that is all the citizens' request public comments we have this evening. So next up is going to be council statements, non-action. Councilman Waldrop, we'll begin with you this evening, sir.
I'd just like to brag on a little incident that last weekend, a bunch of us from the Lions Club did what we call a retreat to get to have some fun. We went to this park, and I think I've been there, but it's been so long I couldn't remember. You pull off the road and go in about 6 miles, and I didn't. It was very, very nice. The place was my kudos to whoever cleans that place up. They really take a good job. Bathrooms were spectacular, the whole bit. Trash, you name it. It was really nice, and a bunch of trees there, a little bit of a breeze. I didn't want to leave. It was really nice. We barbecued some hamburgers, a bunch of us, and we just had a great time. And if you get a chance, I highly recommend you go up to just out of Cuyama. You hit Licio Park and about 6 miles in. Very, very nice. So I just want to.
All right.
Good place to go.
Thank you very much for the public address. Appreciate that. Councilman Shavera.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to talk on behalf of, not necessarily on the behalf, but, we have a great soccer team right now. And I know that they are the current league champs. In addition, they are the SSL champs, which is quite an accomplishment. And this evening, they are currently, Josh, you can probably expound more on this, but I know that they're competing right now. So kudos to their team, their coaching staff, and we're wishing them the best tonight. In addition to this, this weekend I went to go and help some folks out in Cuyama with some bee problems because I take care of bees. And then I tried to relocate them out into the hills, and I took them out to Soda Lake. And I'll tell you what, I was shocked by the amount of people and vehicles out there. So if you're going to go out and go check out these beautiful flowers and landscape right now, I would urge you to be extremely, extremely careful, and please respect those folks' properties out there. I observed quite a bit of vehicles going off onto private property, which you should not be doing. So just be careful without the other drivers out there, but surely enjoy what's going on out there with all those wildflowers. That's it, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Councilman Cryer.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, today, this racing season started last weekend at Kern County Raceway out there by Interstate 5 and Enos Lane. It was a lot of fun. I was out there, and it was great watching the cars going around, having a few accidents here and there, or other issues. But it's great entertainment. It started at about 5 o'clock, and it lasted till late in the evening. They had a demolition derby and different type of boat races and RV races, and along with the car races. But it's great entertainment. And they have things going to be going on this whole summer. So I encourage everybody, take advantage of it, go out there and watch it. It's great entertainment, and you'll enjoy yourself. As we come now from winter here shortly, would be spring. Like our former mayor, Randy Miller, would say, in our mayor, and would always say, it's weed season. Make sure you knock down your weeds. Because they're going to keep growing now for a few more weeks, and they'll stop growing, but they'll turn brown and become a fire hazard when they die. So it won't take much to do it now before they turn brown. Maybe it's more difficult and call it, say, hazardous. But there's so many things here to do here in Taft. Just read the paper, get on the internet. Taft Treasure, Midway Driller, and other social venues. There's so many things going on between going out there to the yard sales, going to Lions Club yard sales, going to the different clubs and organizations that we have here in town, which I encourage everybody to join. Become part of Rotary, become a part of Kiwanis or Lions and Shropiness. There's so much to offer in each one of them groups that they're all out there to help our community make it a better place to live and to help our young folks. So I encourage that. You have any questions and stuff, contact them. Or you can contact me, I'll give you the right direction. My steer to one of the ones I like the best. But, there's so many out there, depending on what you want to do, what you want to service. And there's a great organizations that we have here and blessed to have here at Taft, more than most towns have. So that's all I have to say, Mayor. And thank you.
You bet. Thank you very mumuch. Mayor Pro Tem Bryant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to build real quick off of what Councilmember Shavira mentioned. Here's a real nasty lead bug that bites hard when you happen to step onto people's private property out in the surrounding areas. It may not be lead in California anymore, but that bug still bites pretty damn hard if you go on private property. So be mindful, be respectful. But to, again, build on what he was saying, we've had at Taft High, I would say, we've had varsity boys soccer for probably 40 years. I mean, Doug could probably let me know for sure if I'm short or not, but at least for the last 40 years, the school itself has been around for 112 plus. But for the first time this year, our varsity boys soccer team won the section title, which means all the schools in their division, from basically Fresno to the coast, down through Bakersfield and so on. But for the very first time, they won their section championship. And I want to send a huge congratulations out on behalf of all of us to Coach Roberto Gonzalez and his varsity boys soccer team on winning the section title. Those guys made us really proud. They're playing right now down in North Hollywood in the state playoffs, and we're very, very proud of those boys. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Talked about things to do. This past week, I believe it was Friday night, was the big red carpet movie premiere. For those of you who weren't made aware of it, there was a movie that's been worked on by producer Ricky Bird called Kern Oil, and he's been working on this movie for about a year and a half. And it has finally come to fruition. There was a red carpet premiere at the Fox Theater in Bakersfield, and it was extremely well attended. I mean, extremely well, which was very encouraging. The movie, I thought, was extremely informative. There were a lot of people from industry who helped understand the realities, because for so long the discussion regarding in-state production and energy overall has been dominated by virtue signaling and fantasy, misgivings, lack of facts, and downright lies. Whereas Kern Oil is full of the facts, emerging facts, and science. And it was a wonderful affair. I thought the producer, Ricky Bird, did a great job, and I thought a lot of people contributed to it. We hope to bring it to the Taft Fox Theater so that people who weren't able to attend the red carpet can do that. I heard some rumblings regarding it being on Amazon Prime and some other ways. But anyway, it was great to finally see somebody go to a lot of trouble to bring the real issue, the real discussion, the facts, instead of operating in the shadows, center stage in the spotlight. So it was nice to see that, and I congratulate not only the producer, but everybody who contributed, and a lot of people from our city and from the West Side, people who've been involved in the industry for a very long time, contributed to the effort. So hats off for all of those involved. I happened across, I read a lot, and I happened across this one short report here I wanted to share with everybody, because after all, weather and climate change is something that we all hear a lot about. PG&E is one of the 3 publicly owned utilities in the state of California, and they're spending a great deal of money on things regarding that, protection of the climate. So this came out just the other day, and it says, "Farewell La Nina, hello El Nino. Large-scale Pacific Ocean climate patterns are in the process of changing places, with La Nina liking to give way to El Nino over the next few months, according to a February 12th forecast from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Climate Prediction Center," the same people that talked to us about climate change and the warming of the ozone and all of the above. La Nina continued in January of 2026, with below-average sea surface temperatures observed in the east central equatorial Pacific Ocean, the CPC said in a February 12th online report. After La Nina fades, it is forecast a brief stretch of so-called ENSO-neutral conditions are likely, when neither La Nina or El Nino is present. Then a full-fledged El Nino appears likely by fall. So the result of all of this science and all this observation and reality is, for the late summer and beyond, there is a 50 to 60% chance of El Nino forming, according to the Climate Prediction Center.
I believe that.
So a lot of science, a lot of observation, a lot of computer modeling, 50% chance. I'm here to help demonstrate a 50% chance.
Another coin.
This right here is heads. That's tails. So, without the use of computers or satellites or any of that data, that is a 50% chance. Anyway, I just know that you all feel that much better about being able to predict what's going to happen in the year 2100 within 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. I just wanted to help you out with that because they put it out, not me. I wanted to be sure and share that with everybody. All right. That's all I have this evening on that matter.
Pennsylvania's got Punxsutawney Phil, right? We've just got Mayor Dave Knorr.
There you go. That's it. All right. Thank you. Item number 4, department reports. We have any department reports this evening?
We do, sir.
All right. Chief McMinn's going to share some with us.
50% chance that you do, sir.
Okay.
Right now it's 100.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief McMahon from the Taft Police Department, and I'm going to give you the statistics for the month of February. Total incidents through the month of February were 913. Calls for service, 378. Officer-initiated incidents were 535. So, of course, that relates to our guys and gals are out there turning over rocks and looking for bad people. We're going to go to total cases, which were 120 written in the month of February. We had total misdemeanor and felony arrests of 56. So we had 49 misdemeanors, so obviously we had 7 felony arrests for the month of February. I also want to touch bases real quick on one of our officers, Officer Tellez. I call him Eddie. This young man is out doing us proud. So since January 1st, he has 26 DUI arrests in our city.
Wow.
And he has the MAD award for the last 2 years in a row from our city. And he's up in the 60s and above at 2 different times, 60s and 70s. So he's found his niche in law enforcement, and he is one of those guys that loves to write DUIs. So if you're drinking and driving, you might run into Eddie. I'm just letting you know.
What was his last name, Chief?
Tellez, Tellez, Tellez. You'll see him out there. He's a very handsome kid, well built, and he also did fight in the Police Olympics for us a few years back, and he is a boxer. And they put in, he's like probably 165 pounds dripping wet, and they put in a 180-pounder, and that was, it did not behoove them to put him up against somebody like that because he tore that kid apart. This kid he can throw the dukes.
Fantastic.
So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there because I was very proud of this young man. And I'm very proud of every one of them, of course. But this was just brought to my attention the other day and gave him a little laudatory attaboy for doing so. And he just keeps impressing. So very proud.
Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the largest law enforcement issues we have on the west side overall is drunk driving. Is that not correct?
Unfortunately, yes, sir, that is correct. We average probably 115 a year, and for a city our size, that's not a good thing.
Well, then, having Officer Eddie out there doing his thing and getting them off of the road before they run into somebody and kill a soccer mom on the way to practice or something like that, God bless them.
Absolutely.
Hook them up.
Absolutely.
Get them off the road.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes.
Chief, I have a question. To
Yes, sir.
piggyback on our Mayor Knorr, do you see crime going up or going down?
Well, we've been steadily declining for years, and I've been pulling statistics, and I always pull the statistics. That's just how we determine where the crime areas are and what we're looking for when we're going out on patrol. Just to kind of caveat a little bit off that is we look at areas of hotspots where we have burglaries, or areas of hotspot where we have trespassing, or areas of hotspot where we have some encampments that go, and we respond to those. But we stay pretty steady. This is, and I'm not afraid to say this at any time, this is a safe city. We do well here. The people and the stakeholders of this city understand that. I mean, of course, we have the 10% that we have issues with, and it's usually the same ones that we're aware of. When we see a spike in vehicle burglaries or home burglaries, we kind of look to our statistics, like who is paroled recently, who has been released recently, and it seems to come back to those same individuals. So that's easy for us, bad for them, but unfortunately that's kind of what happens in our city. Other than that, we stay pretty steady. We don't have a spike in violent crime, and we never really have.
I've been watching the officers and stuff and patrolling and doing things, and I agree with you. They're doing a fantastic job, what they're doing. With the small force that we have in our city, you're very proactive, what you do. What percentage of the helping the county out, you spend a month or two, or throughout the year average, helping out the county, doing things in interagency work?
I'll look real quick, and just for the month of February, let me get to a section where we call AOD, which we actually wrote 4 reports for the city, for the county. But that doesn't really entail what we do as far as percentage. I couldn't really give you a percentage of that. I would have to look that up. But I can tell you, when they at work at night, sometimes the sheriff's department is low staffed, and not always. And they've made strides to take care of that problem. And not just the fact that they have low staffing, it's just the fact if there's a hot call in the county, our guys automatically go to help. And that's just the kind of camaraderie we have with the sheriff's department. We have a good working relationship with them, and they reciprocate. They absolutely come to our calls if we have a hot call, or we're in a chase, or we have a 148, which is somebody resisting who's fighting. They absolutely come to back us. So we have a great relationship with the county. I couldn't give you an exact percentage in a month, but I can just tell you, if you monitor the radios and you understand the counties and the city areas, you'll know our guys and gals, our troops, definitely back them on their calls, and they also do the same. And they just have that camaraderie that when you're working nights together, and I can speak from experience, as a street cop in my day, you have that camaraderie. I had that with the Shafter Police Department. If we were anywhere in their area or close by and we were going to a call that you had individuals fighting or large gatherings, absolutely we would back them, and they would back us.
I hear a lot of good things from the sheriff department with our Donnie Youngblood and other higher up. They're happy with what we do here in Taft. We're kind of a few communities that we work so close together with the sheriff, and they working with us as a city. And I just want to say that and give a shout out to you guys.
Thank you, sir.
For doing what you guys are doing.
Thank you, and that is true. We're unique. Some cities aren't as cooperative as others, and that's their issues. But with the city of Taft, we definitely work hand in hand with the sheriff's department. And Sheriff Youngblood has fostered that with myself, and I fostered that with him. And we seem to, our troops seem to work very well together. And the fact that they just moved their substation a stone's throw away from our PD, so I'm sure there's that camaraderie is just even bolstered more because we work together with them so well. And the fact that we see them, if you see it, you'll see them in the city often, and just like you see us in the county areas often. So we do have that cooperation with each other.
Good deterrent.
Absolutely it is, sir. Thank you.
We have any other questions for the chief or comments?
Keep it up. And tell Tejas thank you. We definitely need it. It's the unfortunate truth. Impaired driving is a big thing around here. The more we can get those folks out of here.
Absolutely, sir. And it is. And like I said, very proud of the young man. And I'm proud of everyone because that's not even counting the other ones that have like 12, 13, 17. I mean, we bounce all through there. But Eddie, to me, he has made it his mission to go out, and he absolutely works nights and hunts. And if you're driving under the influence in our city, you are going to meet Officer Eddie. Nice. I can tell you.
That's great to hear.
Thanks
again, Chief.
Is he a nice
Absolutely.
guy?
All right, next up, item number 5, city manager statement. City Manager Jones?
Thank you, Mayor. Nothing additional tonight.
All right, thank you, sir. City Attorney statements, item number 6. Jason?
Mr. Mayor, no statement.
Thanks, sir. Item number 7, future agenda requests, gentlemen.
I do have one. If I could please ask for concurrence, I would like to propose a commendation or proclamation for the Valley Championship recognition for the soccer team at the high school. I'd be happy to spearhead that and make sure that Faith has information, but to get those boys here along with their coach and recognize them, I think is awesome.
I think that's great. I would concur with that, sir.
Thank you.
I as well.
Madam Clerk, you'll take care of that? Yes. All right, thank you kindly. Any other, gentlemen? Nope. No? All right, then we'll move on to consent calendar items 8 through 16. All items listed on the consent calendar shall be considered routine and will be enacted by one roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the City Council requests specific items to be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Any item removed from the consent calendar will be considered after the regular business items. Are there any items on the consent calendar that any member of the public would like to comment on? Seeing none, those items are item number 8, the minutes for the February 17th regular meeting. Item number 9, payment of bills, some $630,000 worth. Item number 10, the cancellation of the July 7th, 2026 City Council meeting. Recommendation is a motion to approve the cancellation of the July 7th, 2026 City Council meeting. Item number 11 is an update to the administrative policies and procedures to approve and adopt social media policy section 129. Recommendation is a motion to approve and adopt social media policy section 129 and find that the activity is not a project per the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in section 15060C3 and section 15378 of the CEQA guidelines. Item number 12, City Investment Policy Annual Review. Recommendation is a motion to concur with the Finance Committee's recommendation to adopt the policy with no changes and find that the activity is not a project per the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in section 15060C3 and section 15378 of the CEQA guidelines. Item 13 is the Transportation Development Act Funds Annual Audit for fiscal year 2020-2021. The recommendation is a motion to receive and file the City of Taft Transportation Development Act Funds Annual Audit for the fiscal year 2020-2021 and find that the activity is not a project per the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in section 15060C3 and section 15378 of the CEQA guidelines. Item 14. Transportation Development Act Funds Annual Audit Fiscal Year 2021 through 2022. Recommendation here is a motion to receive and file the City of Taft Transportation Development Act Funds Annual Audit for fiscal year 2021-2022 and find that the activity is not a project per the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in section 15060C3 and section 15378 of the CEQA guidelines. Item 15, annual audited financial statements for fiscal year 2021-2022. Recommendation is a motion to receive and file the annual audited comprehensive financial reports for the year ended June 30th, 2022, and find that the activity is not a project per the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, as set forth in section 15060C3 and section 15378 of the CEQA guidelines. Item 16, Finance and Human Resources staff to attend Tyler Muniz 2026 annual training in Las Vegas, Nevada, to be held on April 7th through 10th, 2026. The recommendation here is a motion to approve funds from capital reserves of $1,000 for human resources and to approve the out-of-state travel for finance and HR employees to attend Tyler Connect 2026 training in Las Vegas, Nevada from April the 7th through April the 10th, 2026. Lastly, item 17 is the Tyler Muniz Agreement for Cloud Services. Recommendation here is a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the agreement with Tyler Technologies for Cloud Services. Does any member of the council wish to remove any of these items from the consent calendar?
I'd like to request item 11 be removed, please.
Item 11. Okay, any others, gentlemen? Hearing none.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, may I interrupt? I was just going to offer that if any council members believe that they should recuse themselves from consideration of the consent calendar, now would be a good time to make that statement.
Okay. Do any council members wish to recuse themselves from any item on the consent calendar?
Not from this time.
Hearing none. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Jason. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve consent calendar items 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Crier,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldrop,
Yes.
Councilmember Shavira,
Yes.
Mayor Nor.
Yes, that's approved on a 5-0 vote. Thank you very much. All right. Item number 11, update to the administrative policies and procedures to approve and adopt social media policy section 129. City Manager Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. The attached draft policy is written to establish guidelines and clear rules, regulations regarding the City of Taft social media accounts. Social media accounts will be used to disseminate factual information, promote transparency to the community, and remain compliant with all Public Records Acts.
Thanks, City Manager Jones. Mayor Pro Tem, you asked that we remove this item from the consent calendar, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would just ask that we table this item pending a few minor adjustments and then bring it back to council once those things are addressed.
Okay. Can I get concurrence on that request, gentlemen?
Sure, I'll concur.
All right, thank you very much. Do we need a vote on that, or we have a request and a concurrence?
Under these circumstances, Mr. Mayor, I would suggest actually a motion to remove it and consider it at a future date.
All right, I thank you very much, sir. At this time, I would entertain a motion to table, remove item number 11 from the consent calendar, item number 11 being update to the administrative policies and procedures to approve and adopt social media policy section 129.
So moved.
And second.
I have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion here, gentlemen? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Crier,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Bryant,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldrop,
Yes.
Councilmember Shavira,
Yes.
Mayor Nor.
Yes, and that is approved on a 5-0 vote. Thank you very much. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings this evening's open portion of our meeting to a close. This council will go into closed session for two items. Item A, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9B, one undisclosed case. And item B, conference with labor negotiator Craig Jones, City Manager, Government Code Section 54957.6, all units. I want to thank you all for being a part of this evening's meeting. Remember, this is your government. Get involved. We are adjourned.